We are we are live here on the YouTube. Creepy Kentuckian here with Freddie joining us again. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. How are you?
Doing good, doing pretty good. And the Piz Al from the Sausage Factory and the Piz Al YouTube page. How you doing?
That's right. Oh, man, just keeping it real, man. Believing in Ryback.
That's right. Ryback was going to set the world on fire 2014.
You bet.
Throwing it out there. So, and Schneeberger, what we were talking about just before we got on here, Jason, who always joins us for these shows, he was actually at this show tonight in Chicago, the All-State Arena for Payback, and I don't think he's going to be joining us in any form on here. I was thinking maybe I could give him a call or something, but he's probably busy trying to get out of Chicago, and then, which I'm sure will be that's a difficult task anyway. Let alone after there's a hockey game tonight, and then there's this big pay-per-view tonight too. So
yeah,
that's going to be a difficult task for him to do. But Payback tonight, WWE. Just give I don't know. If you guys want to give general thoughts on the show overall, Freddie, do you want to go ahead and go first?
Honestly, this past month has been really tough watching WWE, so I wasn't expecting much out of Payback, but I gotta say I thought it was a lot of fun, actually. I didn't think it was a great pay-per-view, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I mean, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I think I went into it expecting, I had pretty low expectations, but I thought it was a lot better than what I thought it would be. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone had low expectations with this show simply because, the whole Daniel Bryan thing, nobody knew what was happening there. You weren't going to have a championship title match on a show, it's the first time in years, I think, that they haven't had a world title match of any sort on a pay-per-view. So, I mean, they had that going against them. And it seemed like this show was more or less like a rehash of last month's pay-per-view, too. At least the big matches, it's the same, it's just rematches from the last month's pay-per-view, at least the big ones that people were really caring about or really wanted to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree as well.
So anyway, I guess we can go ahead and get started. El Torito, I guess, in the main event of the pre-show, they had another match with El Torito versus Hornswoggle in a mask versus hair match, and this was fun. I don't want to see them do more stuff like this, but I don't know how much more you can do with Hornswoggle and El Torito, but it was fun for what it was. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. And Hornswoggle, I feel sorry for that motherfucker because, it's not like he's the best looking little fella anyway, and now he don't have any hair on that head. So
he's got to get ready to go shoot the Leprechaun reboot.
That's true. So he may be gone for a little while.
So that's probably what led to the whole shaven head thing. He's got to go shoot Leprechaun.
Oh, I thought they filmed that already.
Oh, really? They may have.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, the Leprechaun remake, it seems to me like they could get most of that shot within a week, maybe, or less.
Between Raws, yeah, they can get that shot between Raws.
Yeah, it's not like, Hornswoggle, before he was with the 3MB or whatever, he was not on TV for like a year or longer. So, I mean, they could have easily filmed that without us even knowing.
They could have shot 3 or 4 of those things.
Yeah, they could start on the new franchise.
Yeah.
Which, Leprechaun movies, hey, if anybody gets pissed off if they're making a Leprechaun remake, seriously, like, I want to see it. I'm excited about that shit just because I want to see how goofy it'll be. So I'm hoping it'll get to the point where you do Lep in the Hood remake.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Let's hope so. Let's hope it gets to that point.
Um,
I actually missed out on all of the pre-show. I got, I heard about it during the show, but I missed out on all of the pre-show. So.
Well, I mean, aside from that match,
there was some nice spots in the match, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think El Torito, I'm not sure what he was known as before, but I think he's pretty much one of the best minis or whatever, was one of the best minis in Mexico. So it's cool that they're letting him showcase, some of his skills and stuff. I thought it was kind of funny that he came out there with, looked like his tail was growing back a little bit or something. I get a kick out of that shit just because it's ridiculous. I mean, last week on Raw, of course, Hornswoggle ripped his tail off, and he was in the trainer's room, and they wanted to get his tail like that,
And they like shoved it back in. Yeah, that was just odd. That was just odd.
Yeah, I mean,
at least there's some nice continuity now.
That's true. Maybe as the weeks go by, the tail get longer and longer. It's growing back.
There you go. Yeah.
So, but then the show actually started, and I was surprised that they started with this match. I was kind of looking forward to this match, and it was pretty decent. I enjoyed it for what it was. Sheamus versus Cesaro for the United States Championship. What did you guys think of this one?
I mean, good. I mean, good match. Nothing spectacular, but I mean, a good match. And anytime you've got Cesaro in the ring, he just does stuff that kind of blows my mind. And they're finally doing something with Sheamus, which, I mean, he'd been on the back burner for a long time. So it's good to kind of see him with a belt around his waist. And it was a fun match. The only thing, and maybe I was the only one that noticed this, but it looked to me like Sheamus wasn't really selling for Cesaro. Did you guys see that, or was that just me?
I didn't really pick up on that,
I kind of saw that a little bit.
But I thought it was a good match. I just didn't like the finish. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It made the swing look really weak.
Yeah, I mean, he swung him 21 times, and Sheamus just got right up and ended it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was just something that they, maybe the match ran a little longer than they thought, because they did give him a decent amount of time. I'm not sure on the time exactly, but maybe it was one of those deals where they were like, hurry up and finish this match, guys, Because it did run long the night. I mean, it was right at 11 o'clock when it ended, it seemed like.
Yeah.
The show, but this was early on in the show, so I don't know.
But it was a good opener. I mean,
yeah, definitely thought it was a good opener. I mean, I love Cesaro, and I don't know. It seemed a little weird to me. It really didn't seem like Sheamus was selling for him, so I don't know if that was just me or if there's anything up with that. And the way that it ended really abruptly, I thought that was kind of weird too.
Yeah, but I'm like you. I'm glad that they at least. Well, I don't know. Time will tell with Sheamus. I think that he's one of those guys that definitely has worked better as a heel, and I'm hoping eventually they realize that and turn him back, because he had more of an edge then, and it seemed like. And I think me and Steve, we were talking about this the other day. His finisher, like I remember seeing it on. If you see it just in everyday life, like he was on Conan O'Brien or one of those talk shows or something, and did the brogue kick on like a dummy or something, knocked a dummy's head off or whatever. That's just an impressive move,
Yeah.
And I think that they could do a lot more with him if, he got a little bit of edge back that he had, when he was I liked him better as a bad guy. I thought he was.
And he's definitely not over as a heel. He walks out and he gets booed. So I mean, he's definitely not over. I mean, he's not over as a good guy. He walks out and he gets booed. So I mean,
yeah, because they tried to make him like a kind of like they gave him that John Cena starter kit where he just comes out and smiles and it's like, hello.
Yeah.
No, people don't like that. Don't come out and smile. You're.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think the problem is that they don't have enough faces to really carry the company. It's very heel heavy right now.
Well, and we've talked about this on this show before. But the heels are the most over in the company.
Right.
I mean, Bray Wyatt is like the most over person in the company. I would say. I mean, him and the Shield are very close, but I mean, Bray Wyatt is Bray Wyatt's over, big time. He walks out to a million cell phone lights in the sky, and I mean, he's the top heel, and he's over more than anybody.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if they would, I think they should do something that gives Sheamus, do kind of like a gradual turn on him, you know. Definitely quit the smiling and the fella bullshit,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I
totally agree.
That.
Totally agree.
And it seems like, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. It seems like that they're doing that a little bit with Cena. They're making him a little less, you know, I don't know, run-of-the-mill Cena, just friendly ho-hum Cena, you know.
Right. Well, and thank God. I mean, it's about a decade overdue.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
He needs it really bad. He just needs that edge so bad.
So the next match after this, and they have a couple of these matches that are just really thrown out there. I don't know. I don't think they were on the actual card before. And this is the first one. You had Ryback, which I know Pizzell's a big fan of, versus the Rhodes brothers, Cody and Goldust, in a tag team match. And they've been hinting at like a Cody Rhodes heel turn for a long damn time, and they're still hinting at it. Nothing really, you know. They of course lost to Ryback, which, you know, it is what it is, and they still haven't really done the Cody heel turn yet on Goldust, but we know it's coming.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even look like it's coming to me. I mean, Cody's turned into like some kind of sad sack loser, you know, and I thought for sure they were going to break them up and do, you know, I don't know, do something with him, but they've kind of turned him into I don't know, it's kind of a sad sack now. So
the problem with me is that I just stopped caring. I mean, if this happened maybe months ago, it'd be more effective.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's taking too long. And,
yeah.
And I get that Goldust is leaving after SummerSlam. That's the rumor. But just do it now and just get matches out of them. I mean, what's the big deal?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to lead to something like, you know, maybe Dusty or something, like an interview segment, Dusty comes out there with Cody, let me tell you something, baby. You got the spirit of them dream in you, if you will, and, you know, don't be down the dumps, baby, you know, all that. I don't think that's going to happen, but
no.
You know, it's just one of those deals where they don't know what in the fuck they're going to do.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know, let's just do, you know, we'll do this again, you know.
Yeah, because the luster of the Rhodes brothers being together and Goldust being back and stuff has really worn off. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people are in Freddie's boat. They just kind of don't care about it anymore. So,
which is sad because Goldust has been great.
And Cody's
one back, and it just
yeah. I've loved seeing Goldust in the ring. I mean, he's been fantastic. But I just hope that they don't. You know, if he's going out at SummerSlam, I hope they don't sort of waste him and waste his leaving. You know, because he, you know, it was awesome seeing him back in the ring. So.
Yeah, and I would keep him on as a trainer or something. I think he's definitely earned a job there.
I agree.
You know, for as long as he wants. So hopefully it's one of those deals where they can make him an agent or a trainer or something like that, so he can keep his job, because Goldust has never looked better than that in the ring, I don't think. As Goldust.
I agree. We can thank DDP Yoga for that.
That's right. Bang.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. Are they actually gonna do something with Ryback? Because I mean, they keep getting these kind of sneaky wins, and they keep going on about how well they work in the ring and blah 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 blah. Are they gonna really do something with them, or is it just gonna be much ado about nothing?
They're just floating around to me. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, I can't see them really doing. I think it's one of those deals where, like, a couple of guys in the back are like, well, let's put them out there, you know, and then a week later they kind of forget about them, you know. Mm-hmm. So I can't see them really doing. I mean, I may be wrong. I mean, of course, I could probably give them the tag belts for a little while. They seem to do that with about every tag team. But I don't know. Ryback is one of those guys that I'm surprised that he's still there, because I know he's pissed so many people off, from injuring all these wrestlers and stuff, and just how far he's fallen from the roster from where he was, So I'm kind of surprised he still has a job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. I mean, like I've said it before on this show. I mean, I've never seen anybody have such an epic fall from grace as he did. I mean, he went from, unstoppable to, I mean, he was getting beaten by, I mean, they were jobbing him out. And
right.
So.
He peaked way too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, WWE should have pulled the trigger when he peaked, and they never did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And not saying that he was ever good or great in the ring or anything, but when somebody reaches that level of popularity, you got to pull the trigger with him and just go with as far as he's going to take you. Just go with it,
Exactly.
But they didn't, and they don't do that. Like I don't get it. It's like, if WCW back in like 97, 98, when Goldberg was so damn popular, if they hadn't pushed him, that would have been stupid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did.
Well, they push, and we'll talk about this in a minute. But they, oh God, what's the guy's name? The Russian guy. Which, I mean, he had a match. Yeah, they're trying to put him over the same way, where he's just unbeatable and he's unstoppable. But whenever they push, they try to get somebody over that way with like a win streak or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work, because once they lose, they're done.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the Rusev thing, like that, and they do this all the time with people too, and they like hand pick a person, and they did the same thing with, of course, Rusev wrestled Big E. I think they did the same thing with Big E.
Mm-hmm.
And when the wrestler's ready finally, which I think Big E is getting there, I think he's going to be ready pretty soon. He looked pretty damn good tonight. I'll give him credit. When they are ready, they're done with the guy at that point. They're like, nah,
right.
And I felt that way, man. Like, I remember, I think it was in 2007, 2008, maybe 2009. They had a feud going with Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton, where they could have put Kofi Kingston in that main event, and people would have bought it, and they never did. And look at Kofi now; he's a fucking jobber.
Yeah.
Now they just missed so many opportunities.
They're regretting it now.
Yeah.
Because they have nobody now, really. They need people now.
And Kofi's, I mean, he'd be an awesome babyface, main event guy, but they miss. I mean, they can't do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess next match, Rusev versus Big E. Big thing about this match that I noticed is Big E finally lost the Nation of Domination ring attire, and I'm glad of that.
Yes.
That's a long time coming. He actually kind of looks like a star now, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, he kind of, I think this was another one that ended really like abruptly, and I wondered if maybe Big E'd gotten hurt where he did that spear through the middle rope and flew out the ring. He landed really hard, and and after that, the match was just over.
I know. When I saw that, and I know the crowd, like half the crowd freaked out too, like, because we've never seen Big E do anything like that before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he landed like really hard, and the match was over after that. I mean, like, he got him in the ring and put him in that little crab thing, and he was done. So
I don't know. I think it was more about Rusev, because I don't know if he's ready for like really long matches yet.
I mean, that could be it. It seemed like that would be a good match for them to kind of maybe even start a feud between those two, which would be, I think that would be advantageous for both of them, because they both need to do something more than just, I mean, Rusev just goes to the ring and stomps people and leaves, which, I mean, that's boring, and Big E needs something to remain relevant. So, I mean, they could put those two in a program together, but it just ended really abruptly for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with NXT back when Big E was there, But I've heard a lot of people say that Big E, if you give him the microphone, let him do what he was doing, he would be a big-time babyface. But I don't think they've done that.
He cuts great promos on NXT. Very charismatic guy, but they won't let him show any charisma.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard him say more than 2 or 3 sentences at a time, to be honest, and they've definitely not been charismatic sentences. So
yeah, I think the thing about NXT that I've noticed, and there was I did get to watch most of that NXT show that was on Thursday, is they really let those guys go out there and do what they want. They don't really structure it like they do on WWE, you know, the big on the main roster. So the guys can pretty much say what they want to and do what they want to in the ring. And I think that WWE, I mean, at this point, aside from, you know, cussing somebody out on camera or something, let these guys go out there and be themselves and get themselves over. I mean, you know, if you look at guys like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, like, nobody told them what to say when they, you know, Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass." That was him. You know, nobody
Right.
told him to say that, and I think that you're missing that opportunity now for these guys when they're getting these promos that you have to worry so much about memorizing what you have to say. Once it finally comes out of your mouth, you sound like a robot, you know.
exactly, yeah.
Right. I agree.
But anyway, Rusev and Big E, it was a longer match than I thought it would be, though. Like, I thought it was just going to be a straight-up squash match, like Rusev would just, you know, get all the offense in and Big E, because it seems like they're done with Big E, or it seemed like that to me. But
Right.
it was a little longer than I thought it would be, I guess.
Yeah. I actually thought I thought they've been done with Big E for a little while, but when they got him into this feud, or if you can even consider a feud, I thought maybe they were gonna, you know, do something with him and try and rebuild him, or, you know, I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't that great match.
I think he has a lot of potential. I just wish they let him use it.
Yeah, it seems like they're really handicapping a lot of these guys, like especially some of the NXT people they're bringing up. Like Paige is another one, man. Like,
Yeah.
they don't let. I mean, if you watch some of the stuff that she did on NXT, and I know a lot of the wrestlers on the WWE main roster, the divas or whatever, they can't do much in the ring, but you know, you could let her have some matches, start a feud with Emma, man. I know those two can go. So
Right.
anyway, next match is another one that was just thrown together when I saw it. You know, I saw Kofi Kingston come out there. I was like, what the fuck? It's the first match Kofi Kingston's had on pay-per-view, you know, not counting the Royal Rumble, probably in a couple of years. So, but anyway, it wasn't really a match. Kofi Kingston, Bo Dallas, Kane came out there pretty much before the bell even rang, I think, and Bo Dallas kind of jumped out of the ring, and Kane pretty much destroyed Kofi Kingston. You know, just like that was nothing, you know.
Yeah.
I think it was all, they said something about Kofi had posted some sort of shit, like anti-Stephanie stuff on Twitter or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this just seemed like a time waster to me. I mean,
It did,
really,
yeah. It did.
Really the point.
I think they just wanted to bring Kane out and say the Demon Kane just to piss fans off. You know, just so they could say, well, you know, Daniel Bryan's not going to wrestle this pay-per-view. Let's just bring the Demon Kane out to obliterate. Let's see, who's back here just standing around? Kofi and Bo, you're ridiculous. Why don't you come out so you can just stand there and watch? So, and then you can do your Bo leave thing and try and get over. So
the ball leaf, man, that is not going to work. I can tell you, no way.
yeah.
I like that gimmick though, but yeah.
It's kind of funny, but I mean it's going to get old. I think it's kind of already old, but it's going to get much older. I mean it's going to age like you know, tuna in the sun. It's not going to be good. So.
Well, I think
He has to evolve with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to change something up about it. I mean, you just can't do the bowl. It's believe and smile.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he's been doing. They need to kind of, I don't know. Seemed like before they brought him in, they should have done like vignettes, kind of explaining what the character was a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what about this dude? Was it Adam Rose?
Yeah, and the
What do you-
Rosebuds.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Adam Rose and his whole thing?
I kind of wish they had brought him up differently than they did.
Mhm.
I kind of wish they explained his motivations for why he's there, because I have no idea why he's there other than to party, and I really don't care.
He's
Definitely there to party.
He's just here to party. I mean, that's it. He's just here to party.
Here's what I want to know though: who are all the Rosebuds? Like, do they hire these people to come there every week, like the clown and the banana guy and all that shit? It's the same people every week.
I think they're either writers or wrestlers or something.
Yeah, maybe they're like catering people or something that travel with them every week. Because I'm wondering, like, do these people really they get paid to just come out there and just act stupid? Like, I would love to have that damn job.
Yeah.
That would be the best job ever. But I think
they need to put Bo Dallas and Adam Rose in a feud.
Oh, God.
Well, from what? Okay, maybe I'm wrong on this, but Adam Rose he wasn't even on NXT that long, was he?
He had a different gimmick, and then he changed into Adam Rose like towards the end of his tenure there, and then he got called up.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty much the entrance that pretty much got him called up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see that gimmick working either. It's just I don't know. Although I do like his fans' name, they're the Rosebuds. I don't know why I like that, but I do like that.
I can't believe they're in like these writing, creative meetings, and they're coming up with these kind of gimmicks, and thinking they're gonna somehow get over. I mean, it's who's I can't believe it. It's
By year's end, he'll be teaming up with Fandango.
probably.
Where the fuck is Fandango? Are they doing some sort of deal with the dancers or something? Like he's going to.
Yeah.
Fucking
Love
Fandango,
triangle.
man.
Who knows? They've destroyed Fandango. They're gonna destroy Adam Rose, Bo Dallas.
I feel so bad for Johnny Curtis. So.
Here's what I'm wondering though, and I was watching NXT, the NXT special that was on last week. When are they going to bring the Ascension up, man? Because those guys are ready. Like, they're not exactly great, like in the ring, but they're just big guys that beat the shit out of people, like the Road Warriors. I think they should bring those guys up. I think they're ready.
They need more tag teams in general on NXT. They have no tag teams at all on that show.
Yeah. I think they, tag teams in general, in WWE. I mean, I think that they're one of the few, and the Usos as well. It's a real tag team, which I think is why they need them.
Yeah. Who's even the tag champions?
Isn't it the Usos?
Is it? I was thinking it was, but I mean that belt, those belts shift back and forth. But I mean, who's even a viable tag team these days aside from them and the Rhodes brothers and like Ryback? I mean, who else is there?
We say Oos, y'all say O's.
Yeah, you could put it on,
Harper and Rowan.
Harper and Rowan, exactly, yeah.
Which I think will happen.
Probably, yeah. I can see that happening, yeah.
They should. I mean, I think those guys deserve it. For big guys like that, they do their job well.
Yep.
I'll give them credit.
I agree.
Let's see here. What else was on here? Bad News Barrett versus RVD for the Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And, to me, this was, this was decent, I guess, but it was just like something you'd see on Raw. Like, I think my problem with this show, aside from maybe the last couple of matches, is it just, I don't know, you could totally see this on Raw or SmackDown. They didn't have really anything any sort of feud going with these guys, unless I totally missed it. I don't think they had anything going. And you just, they need to maybe hire some more writers for the mid-card guys to give you a reason to actually want to watch the matches. Like, most of this show, I was kind of dozing off, man, because this is just the same thing you can see on any other. You could see this could be the main event of the Superstar show or main event or something.
Right. Well, they did. I mean, they did have some build up to this match at least because of that whole IC tournament thing that RVD won or whatever it was. It was whoever had the quickest victory or whatever, and so RVD won that. I actually really like how they've booked RVD since he's came back, because I mean they've not tried to job him out to help get over the younger guys so much, and they've not pushed him. Well, I mean he was in the IC title match tonight, but they've not pushed him to like throw a belt around him for like a quick pop and to make some quick money off of him. I kind of like the way that they've booked him. They've kept him sort of more or less mid card, but they've put him in good matches and. He's won a few, he's lost a few. Just like the way that they've booked him, and then the fans really seem to like having him back. So,
yeah, I think he's one of those guys that they could, I'm maybe not necessarily put a belt on him, but he could, especially since they need so many, babyface main event guys, just put him up there in the main event a little more because I think the fans still see him as a main event guy,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess like you were saying, they're kind of wanting him to put over some of their younger guys too, which I can understand. And Bad News Barrett's one of those guys that I do think he'll be a main event guy again.
Yeah, I do too.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, I agree absolutely.
He's pretty over. With that bad gimmick, he's pretty over.
Right.
Yeah. He's somebody who, when he first came back with that bad news thing, and he was reading whatever it was that those writers were giving him to read, I was like, man, they are trying to bury him, because it was awful. Like when he first came back as the Bad News Barrett, his whole bad news segments were off. Now they're trying to bury this guy, but I mean he's totally. I mean, like you said, he's totally over. He's another one of those heels who's 10 times more over than any of their faces, with the exception of the Shield, but very over.
Yeah, I think that says a lot.
Because he believes in
Go ahead.
He believes in the gimmick. He believes in the gimmick. That's why he's over. You know what I mean? People can buy it. That's him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what a lot of wrestlers right now are missing. They don't really believe in their characters.
Well, and I think he's one of those guys too that's smart enough to slightly alter something and make it work. With his mic skills and stuff like that. Like he's one of those guys that I think they let him do a lot of the play-by-play and stuff on NXT when he was in NXT. He was doing a lot of the play-by-play work there too. So he's one of those guys that's just really good on the mic, and they probably gave him like, hey, here's what you're going to do, but he probably has that luxury, a lot like Bray Wyatt, to just kind of change things around, make them a little more like something that he would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they've let him do that, and that's something they probably wasn't letting him do early on. That seemed too forced, but he's definitely made that character work, and I think he's a great talent. They need to definitely keep pushing him.
Yeah, and he's somebody who, he could definitely, he could be that kind of tweener guy where, he's still, out for himself. He's still a badass, but he's got at least, he's maybe got a little bit of, respect or dignity or whatever, and he could still totally be over.
Something that I was hoping they would do tonight, though, since they were in Chicago, and we had a lot of those CM Punk chants tonight, of course. And there's like an image floating around of this, and this would have been the best moment of the night had they done it. Had the music play and have Barrett come out there kind of in CM Punk attire.
Mm-hmm.
How CM Punk used to just back up to the ring and turn around and says Chicago, I've got some bad news.
I saw that. I've seen that picture. Yeah, that would have. I mean, that was
great.
That was a huge missed opportunity. That would have been hilarious. Yeah.
I think that would make the crowd worse. They were just chanting the whole time.
Yeah.
Or it could have made it, knowing Chicago though, it could have made him more over. They could have been like, they could have loved it though, like you got us, But
they could have loved it, or they could have pelted him with beer and batteries and God knows what else, dirty diapers and yeah.
The crowd was pretty bad, but I think that they're at the point now where they realize that he's not coming back at least for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still going to chant a little bit, but it's not like it was like back in March, I think, when they came to Chicago, when they were really freaking out, CM Punk chants. But it was still they were still there tonight, but not as bad.
Yeah.
Next segment, I suppose, is the Daniel Bryan decision. And I could have totally wrote this because I saw this all playing out the way it did. Stephanie McMahon, of course, came out, and I love the outfit she had on, by the way. You could kind of see her nipples, which I enjoyed.
She's looking mighty fine, by the way. Yeah.
She's looking damn good. Like, I don't know what she's doing. Did the Ico Pro come back out or something? Is she getting onto that? Working out a lot? I don't know.
DDP Yoga.
Yeah, DDP Yoga. DDP Yoga's all over WWE.com, too, by the way.
That's it. That's probably it. To be honest.
But she, of course, asks Daniel Bryan, Brie Bella to come out and wants to hear the decision. They go back and forth, and I think Daniel Bryan's getting ready to hand her the titles, and Brie is like, no, you can't fire me because I'm going to quit or whatever, and smacks Stephanie. And that was pretty much it. That was the whole segment, and I guess it'll continue on. They're obviously not going to strip Daniel Bryan of the title, which I think is good. I don't think that they'd have any other. I mean, where else would you go anyway besides putting it back on John Cena or something?
I hope not.
I think ever how long his injury, they're just going to keep the belt on him, it seems like, at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a rumor that Stephanie had peed on herself. That's why she ran to the back so fast.
I saw something, and I was like, that can't be. I'm seeing things,
I didn't hear about that, but I'll have to go back and look.
No, I saw it. When she was running back to the ring, or running out, I kind of did a double take, and there looked to be some moisture there.
She smacked the piss out of her.
Literally smacked the piss out of her.
Wow, that must have been a hard smack. Either that or she was about to pee or something.
Let me tell you what caused me to piss myself was do you remember the Demon Kane in the car with Brie and her screaming, and the acting of that whole segment was like some of the worst stuff I've ever seen WWE produce.
That was pretty bad.
TNA would have looked at that gimmick and went, "Are you freaking crazy?"
Now you know what was hilarious about that too, though. This was so killer. Like the car wouldn't start at first, right? Do you remember this?
Right. Yeah.
Daniel Bryan raises the hood and he was like, there's something unplugged under here." He just like plugs it back in. That was it. Like, really? Well, there's something unplugged, buddy. Plug it back in. There we go.
And Brie Bella's screaming. That's screaming. Oh my God. I don't get, regardless of how evil the Demon Kane was, he would have ran out of there screaming himself. I mean, I've never heard a human being make such sounds. Wow.
That had wrestle crap right all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was great.
Definitely wrestle crap moment right there for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe the Stephanie pissing herself thing will be another one.
There you go. I swear.
I'm sure the images and stuff will be all over the internet.
Oh, yeah. I saw something and I was like, maybe I'm just imagining this stuff. Like Sheamus is not selling. Stephanie McMahon's pissed herself. I'm just imagining things tonight.
here's how you know if it's true or not. If it's true, it really happened, they're going to edit the hell out of that on WWE Network. So you won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Do you think this is leading to a match between Stephanie and Brie?
See, that was kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, she'll probably come out tomorrow and go, you can't quit, blah blah blah, contractual crap, unless you fight me. So.
And that's going to be the main event of the one of the main events of the Money in the Bank show, which is coming up. It's the end of this month still, so it's coming up in like what 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
And I'm really interested in seeing how they do that because for the last 3 or 4 years since they started that pay-per-view, they've had 2 Money in the Bank matches because they've had 2 titles. So now, I guess you just do 1 Money in the Bank and then have a bunch of other matches nobody gives a shit about.
I think they should do it for the mid-card titles, at least, you know. Make them seem important.
They should. I mean, I enjoy the Money in the Bank matches, man. I mean, I think that that's ever since they quit doing them at WrestleMania, that's been a hole on that on the WrestleMania card because I always loved the, I can't remember a Money in the Bank match that I didn't enjoy. And I always love watching this pay-per-view, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view just because of those matches too. They kind of always deliver, it seems like.
Right.
So I'm hoping they do 2 matches.
Yeah.
So anyway, Bray Wyatt, John Cena. I don't know what time this match. Like they had these last 3 matches, but I think this was probably what it wasn't even. Maybe was 9 o'clock or something by the time this match started.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because they put all that stuff in maybe the first hour or so, and then they had basically 2 of these matches were too fucking long, and the Cena and Bray Wyatt Last Man Standing match was one of them. And the thing is, like, I've enjoyed all the stuff. Like, I love the Bray Wyatt stuff on Raw. Like, I don't know if you guys checked that out this past Monday, with Jerry Lawler and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like the matches, like, I like the cage match they had last month, but this one was, like, just kind of everywhere. And I think me and Pizzelle, we were talking about this, like, and the cameraman missed so much on this show. Like, there's so many people involved in this match. You had, the whole Wyatt clan, and the Usos were out there as well, doing crazy shit. And you just couldn't keep up with what was going on, really. And I don't know. I mean, this match was just, it was kind of okay. I definitely preferred the cage match last month, which a lot of people didn't even like that, but it was all right for what it was, I guess.
Yeah, and like we were saying, when you've got 8 people, and you've got like they're all out in the audience, you just can't get coverage on everybody, and you just miss stuff. And it was like they had the cameras on the wrong people, like all the time. Like we were always missing some big spot. In matches like that, whenever they go out into the crowd, they kind of lose my attention anyway, because it just kind of gets boring. It turns into just, throwing fists, and just kind of gets boring to me. But yeah, and I think it's the same. The matches are very repetitive with Cena, and the matches are repetitive. Every Cena match is repetitive. It's the same thing. Pretty much, whoever he's wrestling, it's the same match over and over again. I thought it was a good match. It was a long match. Didn't like the ending, but overall, the suplex where I think it was Rowan suplex one of the Usos outside from like the top rope onto the table. I don't think I'd ever seen anything like that. That was really dangerous, but like really cool kind of spot.
Yeah, I know. I think both guys had like elbows bloodied pretty damn bad from I think one of those spots. So
yeah. Bray Wyatt was bleeding too. I think he was bleeding from his elbow. I loved the spot where like Cena's picking up the the steps, and he's lifting them like they weigh 1,000 pounds, and he's going, "Grr!" And then he throws them like it's a piece of tinfoil, just boom! It's like a fastball right at Bray Wyatt's head. Oh my God, that was hilarious.
But
I like the match though. Honestly I thought it was the best of the 3 matches they had. Only because it was fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the cage match was a little too slow for me, and it was just like very odd booking in that match for me. And this one, I kind of like that it was very fast paced. It was very even in a lot of ways. I just hated that ending with the whole Cena doing the AA into that speaker thing and pinning him like that. I just didn't like that.
Like buried him alive, entombed him inside the space.
It reminded me of Wade Barrett in 2010 when the Nexus thing ended.
Yeah.
With all the chairs fell on him. That's what it reminded me of. Like it just killed off the character for me.
I remember there was one spot in particular. One of the Usos got superplexed through a table or something like that, and I was like, that had to hurt like a motherfucker. I mean, some of these spots, like you're just like. I guess a lot of the younger guys will do that shit because I could definitely not see Cena take anything like that. But hey, it is what it is. And I think the Wyatts. I hope to God they keep those guys together for a long damn time because unfortunately Luke Harper and Eric Rowan and those guys they would. I think that without them as a unit, they would kind of be lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully they keep those guys together for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. What's up, Gareth?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Sorry I'm so late.
We were just discussing the Bray Wyatt John Cena Last Man Standing match. What were your thoughts on that one?
I actually thought that was match of the night, personally. I liked it. I thought it was all right. I mean, there was some weird spots, but other than that, there was some good spots as well. So I actually enjoyed it.
I think what it was with me is usually like a cage match is the end of the feud.
Right.
For some of these guys, it seems like they probably should have booked it a little differently, but it is what it is.
Well, what are they going to do going forward? Because I mean,
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is the feud going to continue?
Hell in a Cell. Might as well.
Because I mean, they acted like tonight was it. They kind of acted like that was it tonight, or at least like in Cena's eyes, that was it.
Well, I can totally see Bray Wyatt winning that Money in the Bank match, and that becoming part of his character. He's got the briefcase.
Oh yeah.
He'll come up with something. You'll never know when I'm coming or whatever. So I can totally see that. And that maybe that'll reignite the Daniel Bryan Bray Wyatt feud from earlier this year.
Mm-hmm. I think the Cena Bray Wyatt feud was a good thing, but they just didn't pull it off right. They just didn't. Like I said, they kept it typical Cena matches. Really,
it was booked backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
why did Cena win at WrestleMania? He should have lost at WrestleMania. Then build it up.
There's really no reason to have another match.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it'll be interesting to see though if this is it for because to me I think that this feud helped Cena, and it helped Bray Wyatt as well. But I think that it kind of gave Cena more, like we were talking earlier, like Sheamus needs that edge. Right. And it kind of gave Cena a little bit of that edge, and he wasn't that cookie cutter, fruity pebble motherfucker for, he was in the serious feud there for a while. So.
Mm-hmm. I still think they should have made him darker. They should have made him where, Bray Wyatt was saying, destroy me, hurt me, be a monster. They should have let Cena be a monster. Then that's when they should have really took it to that next level and let Cena just destroy him. Even cut him, make him bleed. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just really get down and dirty with him. That would have been awesome. But no.
Well, I'm thinking too that Bray Wyatt should have really won the feud, you know.
Yeah,
overall, I mean, why not?
I agree.
I totally
At what point is Cena going to just give back and be like, look, I don't need to win all the damn time, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, where does Bray go now? To headline to be the #1 contender. Where does he go after this loss?
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, the Money in the Bank things where I think he'll be in that match and probably win it, but you know, as far as anything else, there's nothing else for him.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Unless they continue it for a month.
I don't think there's any. Yeah, who else is he gonna feud with? I mean, who else is there for him to feud with now? I mean, you can't continue with Cena. Daniel Bryan's gone for God knows how long. I mean, who's he gonna feud with now?
The Shield.
The Shield, yeah.
I guess.
I mean, that's a possibility, yeah. But I mean, we've kind of they did put on great matches, but I mean, we've seen that.
Right.
But yeah, I could definitely see him with the Money in the Bank, you know, briefcase, and it may come down to Bray Wyatt and Cena for that Money in the Bank, and surely to God they'd let Bray get over and get that case.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens, and I'm definitely looking forward to that Money in the Bank show. Just to see where they're going to go. I think they have to go with Bray Wyatt as the #1 contender. I couldn't think of a worse person to put on than Cena, you know, as a winner in that match. I mean, how many times does Cena need to win that belt? You know, it's just the point where it doesn't matter anymore, you know.
Yeah.
He's had it so many damn times. And I really don't think they're going to put the belt back on him, but you never know.
I don't think they will either, but again, I've said that before, and then they do. It's like they lose hope in whoever they've got the belt on, and their fallback is always Cena.
By the way, the Money in the Bank is in Boston this year, which is Cena's hometown.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Cena's even hated in his hometown.
I was getting ready to say,
Like it really matters.
I was getting ready to say he'll still get booed there, yeah.
Anti-CM Punk chants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, yeah, he's one of those guys that's just universally hated. It didn't matter where the hell he's at.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost his thing now. Like I think they'd be afraid to kind of change him up at this point because, I mean, it's almost I don't know. It's just weird that like he's your marquee guy, but he's just hated. Like across the board, he's hated.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. I mean, I guess a lot of the kids like him.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. When you hear those chants, it's like, let's go, Cena. And then, so, you know, so it's like the kids are saying, let's go, and it's the adults that are saying, you suck.
It's like maybe kids and, like,
The women.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Usually the cooler, and that's usually how they do it, you know, is the Divas Championship match.
Yeah. The piss break match.
It definitely was.
Unfortunately.
You had Paige and Alicia Fox, who I really like what they're doing with Alicia Fox. I mean, I think that it's something different. It makes her stand out a little more. She's just some crazy, you know, you don't know what in the hell she's going to do.
She's been the highlight of the month for me.
Yeah, and I think that they need to do this shit more. Like, make these guys, give each of their talents something that stands out about them, you know. That way they're all just not vanilla whores. You know.
Wow.
I mean, it's true. Like, it's just like, you know, you got so-and-so, they're blonde, another so-and-so got blonde, but she's got fucking black streaks in her hair. This one does. You know, you don't know, like Oksana, man. Like, what in the, like, she's just a bitch. Like, who cares?
That's the next Baskin Robbins flavor, vanilla whore.
You just like, Oksana is like a fucking Russian. I mean, they don't give these girls, or a lot of the wrestlers, like, you know, they don't give them any sort of, they don't give them anything.
Right.
They just come out there. Eva Marie's got bright red hair, and she.
That's their personality. Their hair color is their gimmick. It's their personality. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. But Alicia Fox, I like what they're doing with her. I think she's a good-looking female. She does have a distinct look. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. But I like the crazy. You know, they need to do more stuff like that. Give them all personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Match was shitty though. By the way, I didn't think there was much to the match.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom and I came back.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest. I was dozing off with most of this show. And it didn't help that the fact that the main event, I was looking forward to the main event, but the main event seemed like it was an hour long or something. It lasted forever. And this was, and then, you know, there was an elimination match, and nobody got eliminated until about 45 minutes into the match or something, it seemed like. So it was just chaos for, 35, 40 minutes before anything. And there was some amazing spots in the match too. Like you had Seth Rollins doing a big dive off the Titantron thing, which
Yeah, this is another example of when you've got 6 wrestlers and they all go out in different directions into the crowd. You just can't get coverage and it's total chaos and you don't know what's going on. And it just kind of makes it. I don't know. It makes me lose interest in it when it gets that chaotic. But I thought it was a pretty good match. I think
the rules were so weird.
The rules were really weird. It was no holds barred, yet it was elimination.
And it was tagged, and it was tornado tagged, and it was tagged again. And I was like, what's going on?
I felt like New Jack belonged in this match.
Why was Batista wearing Justin Gabriel's gear tonight?
Blue Tista,
yeah.
Sin Cara was naked in the back, only wearing a mask.
Yeah. Sin Cara was roped against a chair, naked. So
you're Batista here.
I'm convinced that Batista is bisexual at least. I think there's something up with that dude. I know there's something going on.
He's being a troll. That's what he's
at this point, I think he's just trying to get a rise out of the audience. I mean, I'm surprised next he'll come out in like pink.
Well, what was the fucking arm things that he had on like that Miss Elizabeth used to wear back in the day?
Outfit.
He was like he's like a Hardy Boy.
Yeah, exactly. I swear, I think it's just to get a rise out of the audience at this point, because I mean, he's like, the rumors I heard was he was already supposed to be gone a long time ago, but I mean, I'm guessing he's probably, he's going to be out pretty soon, and I mean, his return's been a huge failure, so I mean, why not just, why not?
It was like where's Waldo? Because everybody was wearing black and he's wearing blue.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Batista.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
I don't know if he's doing things on purpose. He's not shaving. He's letting his hair grow. He looks terrible. He's wearing blue. Now he's got armbands on. He's wearing Air Jordans. He had kick pads on tonight. I've never seen Batista throw a kick in his life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm going out probably in a month. So why not, man? Just go out. Why not?
Well, I was curious about that because I heard like this show and Raw was going to be his last for a long time, but I hadn't heard anything else.
Right.
Is he done, or what's the deal with him?
See, I heard that
he's taking a hiatus.
I heard that after the last pay-per-view he was going to be gone, but then he stuck around.
So what are they going to do? He's going to be gone, and they're going to have vignettes for him in 3 months, hoping that everybody forgot.
I guess.
Well, Steve was saying something on the DEADPIT show. Because I was asking him. I don't know if he knows anything. He probably don't. Saying that he was going to promote that movie, but the movie doesn't come out until August. So why would you promote a movie, 2 months before it comes out? Like I don't.
Yeah.
I think it comes out.
Sense.
I think it comes out in July in Europe, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay. But he is. I hear he is featured in that movie. He's got a pretty big role. So
Yeah.
if that movie's a hit, then odds are he probably won't be coming back. He'll probably do some more movies.
Not if he looks like he does now. He looks terrible.
Well, they put out CGI like makeup or whatever the hell they do on him in that whatever that Galaxy movie is that he's doing.
Maybe he's growing out a beard and growing out his hair for his next role.
I'm hoping they do a sequel to Wrong Side of Town, because that was the best movie that Batista has ever. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
No.
Oh man,
I've seen it. I've seen it.
I love that movie in a so bad it's good way. But anyway.
How did he just shrink? He's so short now, I feel like. I don't understand how that happened.
He needs to get on Triple H's steroids and get back to the old Batista.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, did you see that they posted a picture of Triple H on Instagram with like this 12-pack of abs or whatever? He comes in the ring and I'm like, there's no abs there. Where did those come from?
That's photoshopped Instagram.
Well, it's funny though, Triple H is one of those guys that probably stands in front of a mirror and poses like that all the damn time.
He must have been squeezing so hard for that picture.
Yeah.
He probably has his water bottle in the bathroom and like spits it.
He like spits it on the mirror.
I am the game.
He's got like a little, one of those little butt plug things that Bluetooth your phone. He plays the game music on it,
His alarm clock in the morning is probably his intro music. So he wakes up.
Yeah.
He reaches over, he grabs a water bottle, takes a swig, spits it in the air, throws the water bottle, and he's like up.
Here's the thing too, like I may be wrong on this, but Triple H is one of the only wrestlers that actually has like his pick of what theme music he wants to use. He has like two different Triple H themes. He's got the Evolution theme he could use.
He's got a lot of nicknames too, different ones all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, I mean this match, it was a good match. I enjoyed the match, but it was too damn long, and it lasted right up until 11 o'clock, like we were saying earlier. That was the first time I can remember a pay-per-view lasting that long. Like they're usually over by, 10:45 at the latest.
Yeah.
But this was right up, and it was about 11 o'clock by the time it was over.
I felt like it ended weird. Like like it was over, and I'm like, that's it. Like waiting for something else to happen, but it was just really weird how it all just went down like that.
Yeah. Well, it was an elimination match, but you wouldn't have even known it because
right.
Everybody got eliminated one right after the other, or Evolution one right after another. So,
right. And Shield, all three, weren't eliminated. It was just weird that like they didn't eliminate anybody.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was like how we had thought with the Rusev Big E match. Like they ran too long, and they're like, "Hurry, get it, close it, end it. It's getting 11 o'clock. End it."
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I kind of like that they swept Evolution like that, because like it made them so strong and so effective as a group.
Yeah.
So I think the match was weird, but the booking was right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They definitely want to put Evolution. What the fuck am I saying? Because Evolution is pretty much done.
Right.
Since Batista's gone, if that's true. So they wanted to, I guess they really wanted to put those, put the Shield over. So, and they did, definitely. But I mean, like we were saying, where does the Shield go from here? Did they go singles for a little while? Like, does Reigns maybe go in the Money in the Bank, or maybe they have a couple of them in the Money in the Bank?
I think they'll have all three of them.
They might have to do that. I mean, I feel bad for Randy Orton at this point because I don't know where he would go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll throw all three of them in the Money in the Bank. Honestly, I mean, why wouldn't they?
And you can have up to maybe 8 in the Money in the Bank, I guess.
Yeah, they'll probably all of them in it. Yeah.
I mean, all three of them, all three Whites, and who else? Cena and
Orton.
Cena and Orton.
Yeah, wouldn't be shocked. That could be the lineup.
Yeah.
So, overall, guys, I didn't get Garrett's overall impressions early on, but I guess just again, I think the show, like, it was just kind of like a glorified episode of Raw. Like, a lot of the matches, like I was saying, there's nothing, like, the writers should have more for the mid card, lower card guys. That they have a reason behind some of the stuff that we're seeing on here. You know.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I exactly said that. I said it just felt like I was watching Raw tonight.
At least it was a good episode of Raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying it was bad, but it was like it's supposed to be a special event.
Right.
It's supposed to be a pay-per-view.
It didn't feel special, right?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I just felt like nothing really happened at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Well, I mean,
you know, back in the day when they had pay-per-views, and I realized they only had like 4 a year or something back then, but you know, when I was a kid, if I didn't get the pay-per-view, I'd be calling that damn 1-900 number. I'd want to know what in the fuck was going on. I was excited, you know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it too, I think, is because they had so much of that enhancement talent back then, like those jobbers. When you watch superstars, like every superstar seemed on the same level, and then at the pay-per-views when they actually faced each other, you were kind of like, oh god, what could happen? Where now we've seen this stuff so many times, you know, on Raw or SmackDown or whatever. It's just like it's the same old, you know, unless something big happens, something different. I mean, it's usually just the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was it was better than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, I mean, it was rawish. I mean, it didn't have that kind of special feel that you would get from some pay-per-views, and I mean that's a problem with you know, there's just too many pay-per-views. There's a pay-per-view every month, so I mean there's just too many.
I think that they're at the stage now where they need to do something huge. You know, like when NXT, when the guys from, you know, the Nexus guys attacked, like when CM Punk did his speech. They need to do something that gets people back into it, you know.
Right.
Because it's it's typically a dead time of year for WWE.
Yeah.
It's definitely, they need something. If it's somebody they already have, to do something, you know, make some sort of impact, do something different. Maybe have somebody new come out there and attack Cena or something. Do something different.
Brock will be back for Money in the Bank.
Brock will be in the Money in the Bank. That would be cool.
Yeah, Brock will be back for Money in the Bank. He's the #1 contender, right? The end of the streak.
It should be.
So,
It should be.
he'll be back.
Yeah, it's definitely missing something though, and we all don't know how long Daniel Bryan's out, so
Yeah, that could be
they
a
need
while.
to do something to maybe bring Jericho back, bring somebody back, do something.
Jericho's supposed to be back, they said, right?
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that's just, you know, he'll come in for a couple of months here and there.
Well, I think they leaked it, didn't they, on the magazine?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they said that the new the WWE magazine talks about Chris Jericho and Money in the Bank this year. Like, I think they leaked it or something.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I
There's
just
a new
wish,
CD coming out, so he needs to promote it.
Yeah, I'm sure that CD needs all the promotion it can get. Fozzy.
Never heard any Fozzy. Is it good?
He does like a bad Bruce Dickinson, I think, from Iron Maiden. Like,
okay.
he tries to sing like Bruce Dickinson.
I agree.
Yeah. But you know, hey, if you're into that, I kind of like some of that type of music, but I'm not really a Fozzy guy. I gotta admit. It just seems like he's doing Bruce Dickinson to me. But go out and support Fozzy if you want to. I'm not going to hold it against you. So, I guess that's it, guys. Any other final thoughts or anything? You looking forward to Monday Night Raw tomorrow? Money in the Bank?
I might be going to Money in the Bank possibly. So.
Oh, awesome.
Well, yeah, I would definitely like Money in the Bank would be one of the big shows I'd want to go to because I think it's been, you know, the last couple of years been the best, one of the best pay-per-views for them.
Mm-hmm. We will see. Is that next? Is that what's next?
Yeah, that's just what is it? 4 weeks from tonight, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's still
end of June.
two pay-per-views in June this year. So I always thought they had Money in the Bank in July. What are they doing for July pay-per-view? I guess I could look that up.
They're not. I hope they're not doing Battleground again.
It's Battleground. It's Battleground in July.
Is it Battleground?
Again?
Oh, God.
Yes.
They
switched
need to do
to
War Games, or that's not going to work.
Yeah.
They said that arena can hold 2 rings. So
I mean, the name
that's
Battleground, I feel like War Games would be perfect for that event.
They've
That's
been
the
talking
rumor
about
that's going
it
around.
for years, but I don't know if they'll do it. We'll see.
If they need network subscriptions, they would do it.
I think Vince is the one against that idea for some reason. I think Triple H wants to do it though.
I think it has to do with the fact that they would have to have 2 rings side by side the whole event.
Right.
And he just doesn't. I don't think Vince likes that. So I guess
It'll be different at least though.
it will. I mean, I would be down for it. I think that they should try it, or maybe hell, World War III. Bring back World War III. 3 fucking rings. You talk about pay-per-view, because I remember watching these on pay-per-view. That you couldn't see shit on World War III. Like they had 3 different. I remember they had 3 different angles, like camera angles, like 3 different split screens. That made it even worse. Like I thought I was going to have a damn seizure watching that shit. So anyway, I think that we've. It's 12:33 here in the AM. We've run long. I think Pizzo already passed out on us or something. But definitely thank you guys for joining us, and we will be back for the Money in the Bank show here in 4 weeks. And it's always fun talking to you guys, and appreciate you joining me.
Glad to be here.
All right. I think Garrett's froze up on us, but Freddie, man, we will see you. He's gone too. They're fucking dropping like flies here. We will.
Payback.
We will see you guys in 4 weeks. Y'all have a good night and a blessed tomorrow.
See you guys.
See ya.